Good evening, Lincoln County community members. Tonight we'll be providing one of our wildfire readiness presentations, Module 4, Emergency Notification and Evacuations. This is one of the series of 6 that we have prepared for you for 2021. In prior years, when we were able to present in person, we had one wildfire presentation that was about 2 hours in length. This time, we've broken up that 2-hour presentation into 6 individual modules. You're able to attend, like tonight's session, in person, or you can watch the live stream video on the Sheriff's Office YouTube page. You can review these PowerPoint slides on our website, or you can watch the recorded version of this presentation. Please note that throughout this presentation, all of the graphics that you see will go to additional links for further information. We have also included hyperlinks in some of the text messaging and the text wording so that you can click on that to go to additional information. These slides are really intended to be a self-learning module for our community members. If you're one of the attendees for tonight, please feel free to use the chat box to ask any questions that you may have. If you're watching from home at a later time, please feel free to email any of the agencies listed in our presentation tonight to help answer any questions that you may have. To get us started, we're going to watch our public service announcement for 2021. This public service announcement features our Lincoln County Fire Defense Board, Chief Robert Murphy from Newport Fire, Chief Rob Dahlman from North Lincoln Fire, and our very own Sheriff, Curtis Landers.
Wildfire can and does happen here, and we all need to prepare for it. And that's probably the biggest thing to the public is be aware. Be aware, be prepared, know what happens around you, know what happens in the community. Listen to local radio, local media, sign up for Lincoln Alerts so that you have the most time, the best chance of getting early notification if we need to evacuate. I think something the general public, unless they've been through this, never really fully appreciates is how fast it spreads and how it can go from nothing to a firefighter or a sheriff's deputy knocking on your door saying, "Get out now." Sometimes, while we have a great system and we have the ready, set, go, sometimes it goes straight to go. I mean, that's just the reality because of how fast these fires spread. And so the time to start thinking about what do I do in a wildfire isn't when somebody's knocking on your door. That's probably the biggest lesson, I think. The time to start thinking about it, to start planning with your family, to know what you're going to do is really now. And that's why we're doing these messages, because we want people to think about this now, because in August, in September, you should already know what you're going to do.
Yeah, Lincoln Alert should be very much a priority in what they're preparing for their plans. It's a direct communication. We heard a lot of things. Communication wasn't good or wasn't acceptable during this last event. And we know that Lincoln Alerts is one of the things that continued to work and was providing information, timely information, to all the residents in the area. And one of the things that residents can do is make sure that their Lincoln Alerts is up to date, that they have their phone numbers in properly, that their cell phones are in there. If you want to know about a neighbor or family member around, you can put their address in, and there's lots of tools and things you can do to be alerted in the event of not just a wildfire, but any event, any emergency event that goes on. It's an excellent tool, and that's one of the first priorities citizens should do is have that all up to date.
So your personal preparedness is have a plan of what to do if you have to evacuate. And this can be applied not just to fire season, but also if we have other natural disasters that come on. Pay attention to what's going on, know when those alerts come out, be part of and subscribe to the Lincoln Alert system, and make sure that you have, if you were to walk into your house and say, I've got 5 minutes to grab my most essential items, what would I take? What would be important? If you're at a level 1 or a level 2 evacuation for a wildland fire, have those things already gathered up and in your car. Have your birth certificates, your important documents, your computers, anything that you say, I can't live without this. Have that stuff at the door ready to go or in your car ready to go.
I'm just really proud to be part of this community and part of the response that goes into it between the county, between the cities, the different fire districts. It goes all hand in hand, and it's a very collaborative approach to these disasters. And it's also because of, we're prepared well. Jenny Demaris, our county emergency manager, prepares us every year, prepares the community as we're doing here with information, but it's working together. That's the only way that we'll succeed, and we do very well at it.
Visit Lincoln County's website to view the 2021 Wildfire Readiness Presentation Schedule. These are live events that you can attend via Zoom and ask questions, or you can watch them live streamed on YouTube. There are 6 subject matter areas and 1 event per each fire district. So if you can't make it in person, rest assured we will archive these online for you to review. When you get to the website, just use the search tool or look for the text that says Wildfire Readiness Presentations. Thank you.
Okay, on with our presentation. So tonight's presentation is about emergency notifications and evacuations, and we are joined by a few of the guests from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, Lieutenant Karl Vertner, our patrol commander, and Lieutenant Adam Shanks, our administrative lieutenant. They'll be available to help us answer any questions that you may have as we go throughout the presentation or at the end. So our overview, we're going to have administrative brief and talk about who our sponsors are, emergency notifications and how to stay informed. What are the Oregon evacuation levels, pre-evacuation steps and resources, what to expect when you receive the call, what to expect for door-to-door notifications, where do you evacuate to, and cautionary reentry to the affected area after a wildfire. We also have additional resources to help you in your planning efforts and plenty of time to answer any questions that you may have. So who are our wildfire advocates? We know that most emergencies start with a call to our emergency 911 dispatchers. They then dispatch fire, law enforcement, and EMS personnel to assist those that are in harm's way. Sometimes those individuals are then taken to our local area hospitals for medical care. Our public works utility districts then help us put everything back to the way it was before the disaster occurred. Our public health officials help us with environmental health, air quality, and communicable diseases, such as what we've experienced in the past year due to the pandemic. Our elected officials are very important as they connect us to the resources at the state and federal level. And then your emergency operations centers coordinate resources between all of these agencies and public information for city, county, and tribal. Our community sponsors for these presentations are your Lincoln County Fire Defense Board and each of your fire districts here in Lincoln County, Oregon Department of Forestry, Lincoln County Public Health, the American Red Cross, Oregon State University Extension Service, Oregon Coast Community College, and Oregon Department of Financial Regulation, their consumer and business services, and of course, our Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. So what is our objective for these wildfire presentations? Just like our Cascadia presentations, our goal is to strengthen your knowledge of our local wildfire risk and your role in preparedness, response, and recovery. So the first section that we're going to talk about is emergency notifications and how to stay informed, mostly Lincoln alerts. So emergency notification systems that are available to us in Lincoln County. We have our Lincoln Alerts program that we've had in place since 2011. There's now a new statewide program referred to as Oregon Alert, but it's really the same framework or program that we've had since 2011. We just have more features that are available to our subscribers. Our Lincoln Alerts program includes landline and mobile numbers, both residential and business, and those are automatically uploaded every 3 months. We also have opt-in profiles where you can subscribe for your profile. You can include your landline number, mobile, text, and email, and put them in the order that you would like to receive messages. We also encourage that each person in your household who has their own mobile phone should have their own profile. We also have keywords. This allows you to receive text messages for community information. Each of our cities and the tribe each have their own keyword. We also are able to post directly to social media for the Sheriff's Office Twitter account and Facebook. This helps speed up the process with getting public information out. And there's also the Wireless Emergency Alerts, or WEA. This is a national program under the FCC that allows public safety, local government, to push out text messages to mobile phones in geographical areas around cell phone towers. Those messages are generally used when it's a large event, such as a distant tsunami, when we want everyone to be notified at the same time. We also have access to the Emergency Alert System, or EAS. This allows us to push out a message directly to our public radio stations here locally. The Sheriff's Office and many of our public safety agencies utilizes Flash Alert to push out their media releases. Then if you have a NOAA alert radio, you can receive weather alerts and fire weather and red flag warnings. But just note that all of these services are utility dependent. They require both power and internet. Many or most all of our public safety agencies and dispatch centers all have emergency generator power. So Lincoln Alerts, sign up user guides. If you're new to Lincoln County, or you've just never gotten around to creating your own profile, we have a handy guide that will walk you through that process. But it generally takes less than 10 minutes to log in and create your own profile. We also have a mobile app, which we strongly encourage you to download. This allows you to receive notices directly to your mobile phone, which are more in-depth than just a text message. What that basically means is when you receive a Lincoln Alerts email, it can be somewhat lengthy and has lots of information contained. By using the mobile app, you'll see that lengthier message without actually having to access your email account. This is good if you're being evacuated and you still have cell phone access and want to receive more than just a short character text message. Users can also provide information back to public safety officials. For example, during flooding events, we might ask our subscribers to send us pictures of what they're seeing or how high the river is at certain geographical markers. This provides real-time information to public safety. And also a good thing, because now we're part of Oregon Alert, you can receive alerts when you're in other areas of Oregon. What I mean by that is, let's say I'm shopping in Eugene for Christmas, and I have my Everbridge app installed, and there's an emergency alert that's sent in the Eugene area that may affect me. Because we're a statewide program, I will now receive that message on my Everbridge mobile app. If you already have a profile, we strongly encourage you to do a Lincoln Alerts wellness check. This wellness check is a great way to make sure your profile is up to date. Did you get a new mobile number? Did you change addresses? Does every member in your household have their own profile? What if you've moved away and you just want to unsubscribe? We can help you take care of that as well. So when you have a few minutes, click on this link and make sure that your profile is up to date. And if you still have questions, just give us a call or email us anytime. We also do a Lincoln Alerts annual system test. We generally position this test right before wildfire season to make sure that our system is operating the way it's supposed to, that new community members know what to expect, and that everybody is ready for that call. So during the emergency, how will you stay informed? First, we have a new website on our Lincoln County homepage, referred to as Active Wildfires Lincoln County. If we have a wildfire here in Lincoln County, we will begin to post our public information to this site. We recommend that you save this webpage in your mobile device so you can access it later. We will send information email updates to our Lincoln Alerts profiles. You may not be the one directly affected by the fire, but if you're in the county, you'll receive that information to help keep you up to date as to what's happening. We push information out to our local media partners through Flash Alert. They'll be posting this information on local public radio and digital platforms. Monitor the Sheriff's Office media releases at Flash Alert. Monitor your NOAA Weather Alert radio for changing conditions and weather And then also translation services are available on all county website pages and also on our flash alert media releases. Now we're going to talk just a little bit about the Oregon evacuation levels. The state of Oregon has adopted the same nomenclature for all evacuation levels across the state. This happens to be our reference guide that we use for Lincoln County. You'll notice that it says Lincoln County in the upper left-hand side. It references our emergency alert notice system, Lincoln Alerts. And then down on the bottom, you'll see where it has seasonal wildfire preparedness information, county public information call center number, the emergency alerts, how to sign up, road information for trip check, and then weather information updates. This would be a good guide to print off and have handy at your house. So if you receive a call or a knock on the door, then you'll know what to do. Pre-evacuation steps and resources. So preparing your home. In Module 3, we talk about property protection by understanding wildfire risk and how to prepare your home for wildfires. This mostly refers to defensible space and what you can do to make your home more wildfire ready. Preparing your family. Sign up for emergency notifications, create your family disaster plan, specifically a communications plan, talk out where your evacuation routes will be and where will you go when you do evacuate. Know how to use your fire extinguisher, how to shut off your utilities, have your go kit ready, and practice evacuating the whole family, pets too. The Ready, Set, Go program, if you click on this graphic image, it'll take you right to it, will actually talk you through in depth of what those get ready steps will be for you and your household. Preparing households with special needs family members. We have an entire presentation, Module 6, that's specifically focused on evacuating with those individuals who may have access and functional needs populations. Please take time to review that video or go through the slides to help brief yourself on tips that may make it easier for evacuating. Same thing for preparing with animals, pets and livestock. Our Animal Services Director, Laura Ireland, did a great video on evacuating with animals. Please take time to click on that if you have pets at home and need a few tips. Something new for us, power outages during the summertime or during wildfire conditions. Utilities can be affected during the wildfire itself, but also there's a new thing referred to as public safety power shutoffs, or PSPS. We're most familiar with hearing about this in California, but as our weather conditions and fire conditions change here in Oregon, we may find that our power utility providers also have to limit power outages for those wildfire conditions. Please click on your power provider to get more information. Financial readiness and business preparedness. This is talking about being ready, but really thinking about your financial readiness may come to play more as a recovery after the disaster. By reviewing this video and looking at these slides, you will find a lot of tips that will make your readiness and recovery much easier if you take these simple steps in advance of a disaster. We also have Help OK signs. These have been in place for about 4 or 5 years now. They really are a great way to help public safety agencies triage those households who may require additional assistance if they have to evacuate. You can pick these up at any government agency or public safety, fire station, or law enforcement. We encourage you to keep these handy for 2 reasons. 1, if you're new to the area, it will explain what our Ready, Set, Go definitions mean, level 1, 2, and 3. And then on the green side, it talks about tsunami awareness and earthquake readiness and what steps you should take. The county call center is a great phone number to also put in your mobile contact list. If you are evacuating and you need assistance, most likely you're going to call this number to ask for help. So what to expect when you do receive the call to evacuate? Evacuations, what you need to know. Wildfire evacuation decisions are based on fire behavior, weather conditions, and available public safety resources. Wildfire conditions can change rapidly. Notifications to evacuate. They may not always start with a level 1 notice. They may start out directly at a level 3. Also, public safety officials will go door to door doing notifications for level 3 go now. But if you receive our Lincoln Alerts phone call notice, don't delay. Leave when you receive the phone call. There are many resources that identify tasks or steps to take when you receive a level 1 or level 2 notice. But the importance is, how much time will it take you to safely pack up your essential items, your family and pets, and then leave? You should practice how long it will take you to prepare your household to evacuate, but focus on improving those steps to be ready to go at a moment's notice. Will you need assistance in evacuating? Some community members may not have transportation and will need to rely on friends, family, neighbors, or requesting assistance from the county call center. Can you assist your neighbors? They may need help to leave, or check on them to make sure that they too received the notice. Again, that call center. If you're at a level 1 or 2, try family, friends, or neighbors first, then call the county call center to ask for assistance for evacuating. For level 3, call the call center right away, or if it is a life safety threat due to the wildfire, call 911. Evacuations. What if you're away from home? If it's a level 1 or 2, you may have time to go back and make preparations, but there could be traffic congestion limiting you to get back to your home. You may need to call family or friends, neighbors, or the county call center if your family or pets' livestock that will need assistance evacuating. Level 3, most likely you will not have time or access to a level 3 area to go back to prepare to evacuate. Call 911 if you have any family members at home who cannot evacuate themselves. Evacuations, where to go. Evacuees, if able to do so, are encouraged to try and stay with family and friends away from the hazard area until sheltering services are established or it's safe to return home. Sheltering services will be requested by public safety, the American Red Cross Community Shelter, the Public Health Medical Fragile Shelters, and animal shelters. Each of these will take about 2 to 6 hours to be able to fully set up and be operational. Until shelters have been established, evacuees will be referred to either temporary evacuation points, which are large parking areas where the Red Cross or CERT members will be there to assist you with public information, or evacuation receiving facilities, such as a fire station, where they will also have information that's available, restrooms, and some other items to get you by until the full shelters have opened. Ready to evacuate? If time allows, please consider these items. Back your car into the driveway, loaded with your items, keep doors and windows closed, keep a set of keys with you and the extra set of keys in the car. Check on neighbors and make sure they're preparing to leave. Close doors and windows, and shut off any venting units such as air conditioning that you may have. Combustible or flammable materials should be moved away from your home or buildings. This includes barbecue appliances and any tanks. If you have water hoses, leave hoses connected. Consider putting extra buckets of water around the house. This could help firefighters as well as any animals that may be lost. City and water districts. Don't leave sprinklers on or running water. This could affect critical water pressure for firefighting in other areas. For lighting, leave your exterior lights on for visibility for firefighters. And if you have a ladder, perhaps leaving it against the edge of the house for firefighters to use if they need to quickly access your roof. So a review, a level 1, be ready. Be aware of changing conditions and monitor for updated information. Begin precautionary evacuation steps for those persons with special needs, pets, livestock, or any mobile equipment that you might want to take with you, such as extra vehicles, RVs, or campers. If time allows, check on neighbors and begin preparing your house or property for evacuation. If you need assistance, call the call center. Save this number in your contacts. If conditions worsen, public safety will issue an upgrade to a level 2 or 3 for this area. But remember, it may go from a level 1 directly to a level 3. Level 2, be set, review. Again, be aware of changing conditions. You must be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. This means that significant danger is near your area. Households with special needs, pets, or livestock should be evacuating now. If time allows, check on your neighbors. Need assistance? Call the call center. If conditions worsen, public safety will issue an upgrade to a level 3 and will make every attempt to return to this location to do door-to-door notifications for a level 3 notice. And finally, a level 3, go now. Again, be aware of changing conditions and monitor for updated information. You must leave immediately when a level 3 is issued. Danger in your area is current or imminent. Do not delay leaving to gather any belongings or make efforts to protect your home. If you need assistance, contact 911 if you need help evacuating yourself or special needs persons. If you choose to ignore this notice, public safety officials may not be available to assist you further. This may be the last notice you receive until the notice is canceled or downgraded. So what to expect when public safety knocks on your door? Door-to-door notifications. These are notifications that will be conducted by public safety officials such as law enforcement or fire personnel. You should follow their instructions. Time is of the essence, but you will be given a written notification for your evacuation level. This is an example of the door-to-door notification that law enforcement or fire officials will leave with you. They will check the box to let you know what evacuation level you are at. You will also notice down on the bottom of the page, it provides again the public information call center phone number for you. Do you need assistance? At a level 1 or level 2, you'll be directed to contact family, friends, neighbors first, and then contact the call center to coordinate evacuation help. At a level 3, depending on your needs, they may assist you directly with evacuating, or they may direct you to other resources through 911 dispatch, such as a medical transport. Help public safety identify those in need. This is where those help okay signs will come in good practice. For public safety, they will still go door to door to each house, but they will be looking for the help okay sign. If they see a house that clearly has a help sign, they're going to go to that house first to see how they can be of assistance, but they will go back to every house. Evacuation tracking. Public safety does track those houses that they are requesting evacuation. This helps us determine who is remaining behind and who is evacuating now. And remember, public safety may not be able to return to a level 3 area after notification has been given. So what if you become trapped while you're trying to evacuate? Stay calm, call 911 and give them your location. If you're in a vehicle, park your vehicle in an area clear of vegetation. Close your windows and doors. Cover yourself with a wool blanket or jacket if you have one. Lie on the vehicle floor. If you're on foot, try to get to an area clear of vegetation. Look for a ditch or a depression level on the ground if possible. Lie face down and cover up your body as best you can. If you're at home or in a building, keep your family together. Fill sinks and tubs with cold water. Keep doors and windows closed but unlocked. Shelter inside your home, away from outside or exterior walls and windows, but see if you can still have a view to monitor progression of the fire if possible. During our other presentations with Oregon Department of Forestry, they will let you know that just because you are sheltering inside your home doesn't mean that it's the worst case. Many individuals in California fires did survive when they had to shelter in their own home. Sometimes the fire is progressing so quickly, it will blow over your home and keep continuing. If you're monitoring the fire and you see that it passes over your house, once it does, then you would be able to evacuate out of your house to safety. Here's an example of a public evacuation map. You can see that the red area is level 3, go now, with the center area being the fire. The yellow area is a level 2 to be set, and then a level 1 is to be ready. This is how public safety public safety fire determines where the hazard area and who needs to be evacuated in which time frames. So now that you've evacuated, where do you go from here? We will have temporary evacuation points set up directly after evacuation notices are given. It may still take a little bit of time for the Red Cross and CERT members to get there, but we'll eventually have a public information station set up for you. You may also have a receiving facility at a fire station. This is a temporary location to gather until shelters are set up. You should have in your family plan friends or family members outside of your area that you can go to. You may also try motel or hotels or even a campground if you've taken your RV with you. And then shelters will be set up to assist you through the American Red Cross, community shelters, and then medically fragile shelters through the Public Health Department. We also have presentations specifically on what you should bring with you and what you should expect when you're at an American Red Cross shelter and sheltering with medically fragile persons. Click on these links and it will take you to those slides. So cautionary reentry. When public safety has indicated that it's safe to return to the area, there are going to be lots of things that you'll be wanting to look for and things that you'll want to keep track of so you can communicate to your insurance agent. This is information that we'll use for public information about when to return and what to expect. Only those listed with residential or business addresses will be allowed back in. Hazardous material conditions may exist in the burned area. Our priority is protection of your valuables and safety of residents and responders during this time. Returning to home resources. In our public information communications, we will provide information to you at that time for what you should look for, things you should keep track of, and what you should check when you return to that area. This is a short video from California, Cal Fire, about returning home after a wildfire. This will give you a good snapshot of what to expect. So, additional resources. We have provided a list of resources that will help you in your planning and response efforts. Lincoln County for our Lincoln Alerts, our seasonal wildfire readiness information, active wildfires page, current conditions where you can check on live information from the National Weather Service, drought conditions, air quality, fires, earthquakes, tsunamis, and floods. When to call 911 and public safety agency contact information, and then information from our state partners such as Keep Oregon Green, Oregon State University Extension Service, State Fire Marshal's Office, Oregon Department of Forestry, Oregon Health Authority, and Office of Oregon Emergency Management. And we have referenced many resources from California as they have a very progressive wildfire outreach program. At the federal and national level, ready.gov for all hazards, the National Fire Protection Agency for your Ready, Set, Go and Wildfire Community Preparedness Day, and also the American Red Cross. This is a video of a community fire review. It reviews the response and aftermath of a California community, Truckee, that experienced a catastrophic fire in 2017. It's about 12 minutes long, but if you have time, it will give you a good perspective from the property owner, the public safety, and the community of how they responded and began the recovery efforts. We would like to thank you for staying with us tonight for this presentation, and we'll pause for a few moments to see if we have any questions from our attendees. It does not appear that we have any questions for this evening, so I'd like to thank our guests from the Patrol Division, Lieutenant Karl Vertner and Lieutenant Adam Shanks, for joining me. And again, if you have any questions from the PowerPoint slides or the information you've seen here tonight, please feel free to email us or call us, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.